Well, hello. Let's move this arrow away so we don't get that in the screen too. Well, right now I'm looking through a sun filter, looking at the sun, of course. It could be a little better quality, but we do see the sunspots even though. But what I really want to look for is this elusive Nibiru. So I'm gonna put the sun down in the left corner there, and then I'm gonna rise it up. And then we're gonna take it all the way around and see if anything shows up there. Anything. Well, I can assure you one thing. If you see anything just around the sun, which is very small, it might just be Mercury. But I don't expect to see it. I have this little program on my iPhone which I can use to plot where the stars are, where the planets are, and what orbit they have, and you know, it's an app called Planets, and it gives you a real 3D image of our universe and our solar system and the position of our planets at real time. So right now, according to my app, the Planet app, Mercury is just behind the sun, just behind it. But you know, I can't know that for sure. So let's take a little sneak peek around, going up here, keeping the sun over here for a while. And let's take in, no, I can't do that, can I? Yeah, let's see if I can do something with the filters. I might want to have it sit there. I have as little brightness as possible, but I got a lot of gamma. I might want to shut that down a little. Just a tad. That didn't help much, did it? You see, I need to let as much light in as possible in order for my eyepiece to pick any light source up of any kind. But we can try with that. One thing that just annoys me a little, that is, I got all this haze sitting in the picture, as you see. So now I'm going to take down that contrast a little, which is done now, so we get less fuzziness out in space. But honestly, I don't expect to find anything. Not at all. Right now I'm working with my, of course, my Celestron Nexstar SLT 90mm, and my first eyepiece, which I taped on a 20mm eyepiece, because the other setup I use for the moon is simply going too close to the sun, and if I have to scan the area around the sun, I need to be a little further away to get a bigger picture of it, or else it won't work. Well, let's see if you can find anything of any interest. And let's take it over on the other side underneath the sun. I've seen many pictures of whatever it is on the sky. Well, I kind of believe that there could be a Tyche, Sirius, Setna, Etna, whatever, Nibiru, Planet X, Merkaba, whatever, out there in space. That's possible. Let's just say that even though there's been so much disinfo and info around this subject, I guarantee you, you people out on YouTube, you don't got the slightest clue if it's true or not. You can have your opinion on it, and you can take in from all kinds of sources, and then you can conclude in your own mind that this object do not exist. But can you be absolutely sure? Have you seen it with your own eyes? Have you been out in space looking for it? There is too much that points towards that there is absolutely something out there. We've got some serious disturbances here on Earth. I'm talking Earth changes. And they are escalating. Just like the situation in the Gulf of Mexico is escalating. And now we had the earthquake at Connecticut, 2.1. Well, you might think it's nothing special. Well, I think it is, and I'm going to explain what I think about that. And I'm sorry, I have to use Edgar Cayce in this example that I'm going to present in another video. And I'm just going to call it, so you all know what it is, I'm going to call it Connecticut Earthquake - New York City. That's the title of that video coming up. And I'm going to explain to you what I have found out, which is a possibility. This time I did not have a vision. This time I did not see the finished result. But I'm building my theory out of something which is plausible, absolutely plausible, and it can happen. I'm not saying it is. And then we have this skirmish about 2012. I don't believe that 2012 will be the end of the world. I just believe that 2012, according to the Mayans, is a change. An earthly change and a human change. Some is talking about a higher energy level. I don't want to go into that because that relates to occultism, and I stay away from that stuff. I don't want to touch it. Because when you're around touching this stuff, you are actually inspiring and inviting these entities to come to you and tell you great lies. And if you don't have absolute discernment, you will believe that lie. It's that simple. But there could actually be something out here, but I really do not see anything that reflects any type of light out there. And I have to be careful not getting too far away from the sun, because I must admit, finding the sun through my viewfinder is a very, very painstaking job, because that hurts my eye, because the sun is bright. And it won't help me having sunglasses on either, because then I can't see the red dot, so I can pinpoint. So if I lose the sun, the video is pretty much squished, because they will take a couple of minutes before I find that back again. It's not easy. Maybe I should put a stick on my telescope, which is going along the barrel of the telescope, and use that as a, at least I get the, what is it called, the latitude orientation of the sun, and then I can go up and down until I hit it. That would be an idea, but I don't see anything. I don't see anything at all. Well, there's much debate about, what is his name, Edgar Cayce. Half of you out there believe that he was a Wiccan, that he was a satanist, that he was sucking Jews from evil entities. Well, I cannot join that interpretation of it, because the man, in all his work and in all his life, was helping people, curing people, even providing new techniques in modern medicine and surgery. I don't really see why would an evil entity, and as we know it, it is rumored that these entities, they rather want us dead, meaning they rather take our soul and put it there where they're gonna end up. You just need to stay away from that temptation and let them in. So, whatever you think about him, I don't really care. I don't. I'm just very sure that this man was here to help, and he did help. And it is also said in the Bible that in the end days, men will have visions of future events, prophesying events that will take place. But as soon, and that is funny, you Christians out there don't understand that little sentence there. As soon as people come out with something, and they actually do have a vision, and it's very legit, and it's not for harm, people are already attacking that person vigorously, viciously, and calling them names. I find that very sad in the belief of Christianity. That is not what Jesus taught us. It's okay to disagree, but you don't have to be vicious. You don't have to be, you're just as good as the evil when you come out like that and attacking people. There are people that have visions. I have had one myself. That vision sits in the Gulf of Mexico. I don't care if you believe me or not, but if you stay, you die. And you die a horrible death. You will drown. As far as I know, drowning is a very painful experience. Not tried it, but I've heard from others. I knew one who once drowned. It took 14 days for his lungs to be normal again. He was in such much pain in his lungs because they had been filled with water. And the problem is, you think you might have a chance when it all unfolds down there, when it collapses, when it implodes. Problem is, you won't stand a chance. Not even with a life vest on, you will survive it. Because the suction from the landmass falling down underneath you, the landmass you were once standing on, have so much vacuum, it will suck you with it. And you won't be able to fight it. And you will sink so deep into the ocean that you will not have enough oxygen in your lungs to get to the surface. Therefore, you will die. And the pressure around you will be so immense that anyway, you will be crushed. And you can't hold your breath for that long. It can be a span over 5 minutes, it can be a span over 10 minutes, 20 minutes before it settles. You will break a world record if you survive that. I don't see any chance that anyone will survive that. All I have seen in my vision is millions upon millions dead. Dead and floating in the water. You can take it or leave it. The choice is yours. The Gulf of Mexico is going down, and it's not going to come and warn you. The science is already there. 3 sinkholes. I told you about that in 2010. Now it's coming reality. It's time to listen and act. God bless you.